Thank you for making it here to another episode, whether you're watching us or listening to us. I'm so excited that you continuously keep it locked here with It's My Money with Patrina Dixon and the Money Exchange. I'm so excited because we're going to have a money chat with my friend Dorethia. Yes, I'm so excited for her. I'm going to have her introduce herself, but before she does, for those of you that are new, my name is Patrina Dixon, and I am the founder and CEO of It's My Money. I am It's My Money across all social platforms. So if you're not following me, make sure if you're watching, drop down and subscribe. If you're listening, make sure you go and follow. I am the one that helps with financial fundamentals, making sure that foundation is right. So then when you make the 6, 7 and plus figures, you have a strong foundation of how your money, where your money should go and where you can have that money grow faster. And with me today, I have Dorethia. What's up, Dorethia?
Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, I'm so excited. I'm so excited for the world, more people to know about Money Chat. So
thank you.
Tell them a little bit about Dorethia before we get into Money Chat.
Absolutely. So I am Dorethia Kelly, and I am a personal finance and business coach. I travel and speak about money and entrepreneurship, and I'm the author of Money Chat. I always say Money Chat, the book, but I'm the author of Money Chat. And I am it has been my life's work to teach people that they can have a life that is financially free. I was a single mother. I share my story. I won't get into the whole thing, but as a single mother who was broke, I was determined that that was not going to be my life and that wasn't going to be my kids' life. And so I began to teach myself money management and get the tools and listen to the podcast and do all the things so that I could grow. And then I turned that into a mission and a movement called Money Chat.
I love it. I love it. And I love, of course, I want you to tell a little bit about that, because I think people often looking at both of us, look at where we are right now, right?
Okay.
And don't understand that this passion, this mission, this drive comes from a place of, I need to do it differently, right? Because we have people depending on us, and we wanted to make sure that we not only were delivering for them, but making our own money stories right. And then once we started learning how to do it, we wanted to share with the world, right? That's how we got started. So tell us a little bit about that. So you were a single parent, you wanted to do it differently. So tell me how you got into doing it differently.
So I was a full-time mom, full-time in school, full-time employed, but underemployed, right? We know what that looks like, where you're making money, you have a job, but you're not making enough to cover your expenses. And I wasn't this person blowing money and all those things. I was literally trying to just make it, trying to have a normal life and have some money. And I just didn't have enough money for the bills that I had. And so I was like, this is not the life. This will not be my life. And I went through a lot of tears, a lot of, the creditor calls, all the things. And I said, there has got to be a way. Well, back then, there weren't all the folks like us.
Yes. Or that we knew of.
Yeah, like I knew. Like I researched.
Okay.
So there were a handful of people, and then there was Girl Get Your Money Straight, Glenda Bridgeforth Hodge. Oh my God, thank God for her. So you're looking for people, and you're trying to find how you can manage your money. So that's what I did, and then I just step by step. And when I found out how to save more, how to actually put yourself on a path to building wealth. It wasn't an overnight thing. So let's just be clear, because you have some things to do, but I began to get on the path. And just like you said, I wanted to tell the world, because I'm like, I know that my circle is broke. I know that I was broke. So let's all get our money together. So they were running from me. I always tell the story. They were running from me, but it has truly been a life's mission. I've served on boards. I've done community work, because this is very important.
Yes, it really is. And that's one of the places where we met at a large money conference. One of the reasons why I love it so much, because it sounds like you knew some others. I only knew of a few people that were, great with money and money coaches. And I was opened up, my world opened up regarding people who knew a lot about money and was serving it in so many different ways, from podcasts to blogs to many different things. So anyway, that aside, So we're going to talk about money chat, and specifically what I want us to chat about is I think there's a misconception that people that need services, they need the money chats, they need are people that live in certain areas or don't make a lot of money. Those are the ones that need help with money. So what are your finding? Because I want us to talk about those that are earning great incomes
Yeah,
and
yeah,
don't know what they're
yeah,
doing with their money, and
yeah.
they're living, they are also living paycheck to paycheck.
Hey, every day,
Yes.
every single day. When I first started in my business years ago, it was one of my first aha moments or shockers.
Mm.
I had a client that on the phone, he told me, he said, I make $30,000 a year, this, that, and the other. And I got off the phone with him. I said, okay, how am I going to prepare for this meeting? Because he's got to make more money.
Yes.
Well, when I had that meeting with him, he had more money in the bank than my 6-figure making people because of how he managed his money.
Yes.
And
Yes.
on the flip side, I met with doctors, attorneys, 6 figures times 200, 300, $400,000 a year.
Yeah.
But one thing we need to remember, especially with those higher, some of those other professions, the higher you go up, there are some fees associated with that profession and lifestyle.
Okay.
Professional fees alone.
Yes.
The moment you say you're in one of those categories, then here's a fee for this and here's a fee for that. So that's one thing. So when we look at people in those careers and we think they've got it all and got it all together, some may, but many do not.
Yes.
Because I'll give you an example. Let's say this is a high-powered attorney. They've got to hire nannies. They've got to hire people to work around their home on top of their professional fees, malpractice, insurance, all the things.
Yes.
So these are just some of the things to think about, and the lifestyle. You're hanging with people, and if you don't have a good grounding mentally about who you are, you'll be caught up and sucked into that. I got to go on this vacation. I have to buy this house. I have to drive this car.
Yes.
I know somebody
have to go to X school, right?
My kids have to go to X school.
Yes.
I know somebody that finished medical school and immediately bought a Hummer.
Yeah, I see.
Because they worked so hard in school, they're like, I deserve this.
I deserve this. And
without a plan.
Yes. Yeah, exactly right. And I know a person today that is an attorney who is and been out of school, like I don't even know how long. They're just, they are probably as old as I am, and they're still paying student loans.
Yeah.
Still today, and they've been out of school for a long time. So you're absolutely right. It's the fees, it's the lifestyle that they not even are accustomed to, that they take on because it's aligned to their profession.
Yeah.
So I have actually even had a client who was a judge who was just afraid to not get into the ruts that that you just talked about. Like, I don't want to be the one that's getting all that. He was not married at the time, was looking to do that. So it was kind of preparing for the purchase of the ring, etc. But the thing about it is, it was an interesting thing because he was doing the things right, like you said, but he knew he was heading towards the pressures of needing to live in a certain zip code and needing to drive a certain car because he had not gone that place yet, but he felt it coming on. So what do you say, like, when you think about those people that are earning a lot, not sure where that money is going, how do you get them to understand that they too need to begin looking at their money no differently than the person that's making 30,000?
The first thing I do is I show them the numbers. So that's the first thing someone wants to do. I know y'all don't like that B word, but it is one of the best B words you could ever say. You have to do the budget. I'm sorry.
Yes.
It just is what it is. Like, don't make it harder than it's got to be. I always say it's money in and money out. That's it. Simple math. So look at what you have, because we do want you to enjoy your income, but you don't want to enjoy your income to the point where you're spending it all every paycheck or every month you get paid. And then you're waiting on that next paycheck. You don't want that. So the first thing you got to do is look at that. And then it's about your mindset. Now, listen, I want you to drive a nice car. I want you to live wherever you want to live. I want you to go on the best vacations. But don't do those things to please other people or because you feel like that's what everybody else is doing. Do it because it's what you want to do. And if you want to do it, prepare for it. So put the money to the side for what you want to do. You know, you want that house in XYZ zip code. Okay. You know, you want that Hummer or whatever your thing is, you know, get it, but do it in a way that prepares you for your future. Have your retirement going.
Yeah.
Have savings. I'm telling you that savings will save you.
Yes.
You must have that emergency fund set. It is the difference between tears and triumph. I'm telling you.
Yes.
And it allows you. So I said 1, 2. And the other thing is you want to be tax planning and financial planning. We got to talk about the tax planning and the financial planning.
Yeah.
So when you have those things in place, then have your fun.
Have your fun.
Yeah.
I love that. I love the fact that you made, because I think what happens is people overcomplicate it, especially if they've never done the process before. They think it's very laborious, and it may be initially when you first start.
In the beginning, yeah.
But once you get going, the point, and I say this often because I would have clients, and maybe you had the same, where they were guesstimating, right? No, let's look at
mental budgeting.
Mental budgeting. Don't mental budget, because life happens every day. Things come in and out of your brain every single day, every hour of the day, and you don't want to because like you said, the math is the math. If you start off with the wrong income and the wrong numbers for expenses, then the thing is going to be wrong from the beginning. So the right numbers and both the income and the expenses, so you know what you're working with. So those large those folks that are higher earning, you just gave them 3 steps. And what the other part that I see comes with it, and I see a lot more talk around this, is the mindset around the whole process, right? What do you have to say about the mindset of individuals that are higher earners, know they need help, but haven't sought it yet, or just keep going through the cycle?
A couple of things. There's shame. I received a call about 2 weeks ago. Shame, just feeling like I make all this money, I shouldn't be here.
Right.
Well, listen, we all go through things.
That's right.
The fact that you're making the step and making the call, or reading the book, or listening to the podcast, or listening to Patrina and It's My Money on the Money Exchange, says you're making the step. You're taking the step. Yes. So forget about the shame, because the shame will hold you back from getting help.
Yes.
Embarrassment. What is there to be embarrassed about? I have seen everything. And your situation is probably, there's nothing new under the sun but the players of the game.
Yeah, you gotta talk about it, girlfriend.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Yes. So the shame. So get that out of here. Get the help that you need. So the other piece about it is this. They may have people coming to them for money, and we want to help everybody. But help your own household first. That's right. It's okay to tell people, I can't do that right now. Right. And they're like, girl, you got it. I didn't say I didn't have it.
Yes.
I said, I can't do that right now.
Yes.
Secure your own financial future. Yes. Secure your savings and your 401k, and get that tight. Yeah. Because a lot of times it just is facts. You're going to be the family member. Oh, so, she got a little money over there. Go ask her. We've all heard this in our families.
Yes. It's true.
And if you want to do it, I had a client. She said, well, Dorethia, I like to help my family. I said, I'm not going to tell you not to help your family, but why don't we start a family fund then? Yeah. So anybody comes to you, what money is in there, you give it to them. She was the first one that made me think about this, having a fund for stuff like that. So then I start telling all my clients to do that. Like, you want to help your family, somebody going to college, somebody in jail. Let's just keep it real. If that's happening and somebody needs some help, take it out of the family fund.
I like that, because as you talked about earlier, the B word in budgeting, just like I tell people, if Starbucks is your thing, just write it in there, or whatever.
Just write it in there.
Just write it in there. So now you're writing in family fund, and you're budgeting for how much out of that pay cycle, and then you're putting it towards that for when that happens. And if it doesn't, then you just have additional money saved up, right?
Yeah.
You keep that. That's
keep it in there. Listen, the family is coming.
Yes.
Right. Somebody's coming. So just keep the money in there until it does.
I love that. I love that so much. And one of the things you talked about too is the shame, right? And I like it. And I share, when I used to work with one-on-one people one-on-one, I would share with them, think about, because a lot of, especially men, are shameful in this process, and some women in some situations, but they're more apt to get help. I say to them, like, you drive a car, most have been driving since they were 16 or 18 or even 21, and you own a car and you've owned it for a long time, but you're not shameful to call AAA if you need that tire change. Now, should you know how to change the tire? You know what I mean? So you have to think about the same way. That's not your area of expertise, and maybe you just never learned, and you call AAA with no problem, and they take care of it for you. You have to think the same way about your money. You make a lot of it, and you make a lot, and maybe even spend, and you have some assets that maybe you're using with your money, but as far as the management of it, maybe that's just not your area. So it's not your thing.
So get some help.
Get some help. Absolutely right. So, Miss Dorethia, now let's talk a little bit. Let's talk about Money Chat. Tell us about the book Money Chat. Like, why you wrote it, and what should they expect when they pick it up? Because we want our community to go out and grab this book when you hear this episode or watch this episode. So tell about Money Chat. Why?
So I'm trying to get this right. So thank you so much. So Money Chat is definitely a labor of love. This is the book that the saying, if there's a book you want to read but you can't find it, I think Toni Morrison said this, one of my favorites, then you need to write it. And that's exactly what I did here. Okay. I wanted a real talk book that gave people steps they could take immediately. Because when I was on this journey, everybody kept saying, just spend less than you earn. And I'm like, excuse me, the rubber has met the road and I'm rolling in between that thing. So there's nothing for me to cut. If I cut anything else, then I won't even have a home to live in. So I wanted to be able to give people realistic strategies so that they could actually go out and do something immediately. So at the end of each chapter are assignments for you to do, easy stuff. Now, it's not hard, easy stuff you can do. But Money Chat is about what you say and what you do with your money. So there's also mantras, and I put a whole bunch of bonuses at moneychatbook.com. So one of the bonuses, mantras that you can stick on your wall, because I always talk about how my first vision board was sticky notes on a wall before vision boards were popular. So I created mantras for everybody, and they just download to be able to just say that every day to, number one, lift yourself up as you're doing the work, as you're going through the steps. So there's 3 sections, and it's like getting on solid ground. Hold on, I need to look. Hold on, wait a minute.
Yeah, no worries.
I need to take a quick look right quick.
There's 3 sections at all, because we want, when folks are, while you're doing that, what you're hearing, and what I love about, she and I have been doing this for some time, but we also have stories that propelled us to what we're doing today. So a lot of our certifications and all the stuff that about us and letters behind the name, it also come with life experiences. So I love how you said that the reason why Money Chat, the book, is here is because you didn't find on the shelf what you needed to get to the place that you're now at today. And that's just so powerful to me, because you could have decided, just forget it, there's nothing there. But no, not only did you want to make sure you create it so that you can integrate it into your life, but then make it available for others. So I love that. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yes. So there's 4 sections: getting out of the hole. This is it. And I'm sure you see this with all of your clients, because this is where it came from. Getting out of the hole. How do I dig myself out of all this mess that I've created for myself? And then number 2, once I've done that, how do I get on solid ground? And then once you're kind of feeling your legs under you and you can breathe a little bit, now, how do I grow my money? How do I build this wealth? Right? And then, of course, after you've done all that, how do you protect it? I'm going to tell you, don't skip that chapter. I had a wake up call myself with it. My son when he turned 18 and was going off to college, and we got with our estate attorney for some other stuff. And she talked to us about a POA, power of attorney, for him. And I was like, oh yeah, that's, whatever, my girls, I hadn't even thought about it with them. And I'm money savvy, but everybody who's 18 and plus needs a POA. but you think of them as your kids.
Yeah.
So I got with my attorney. She interviewed for this chapter, that chapter on wills, trust, and POAs.
Yeah.
Listen, it doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to be super expensive, but it does have to be done.
Yes.
So that's Money Chat. It's full of some good stuff. Bonuses. Everybody who purchases gets all the bonuses that come with it. I put all kind of money goodies in there.
I love it. I love it so much. So, one of the things that you mentioned, what was the first one? The first one, tell me what the second one was.
The first one was getting out of the hole.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. So oftentimes people want to change, they've dug a hole, say 10, 15 years, and they want to jump out of it in 2 weeks. Like, please understand the process that Money Chat will give you is not something that's going to turn your situation around in 2 days.
No.
If you finish the entire reading of the book and putting up the mantras, it's not going to change it in 2 days. Trust the process, people. Please trust the process. Because, and then the journey will be even, that much sweeter when you do that, when you actually go through the process and don't try to make a big jump out of that hole without going step by step getting there. So you want to add to that at all?
No, yet I love exactly what you said. And because you hit on something that happens all the time, because then it's like, I'm in this hole, I'm trying to dig myself out. I'm going to go over here, and then you make a bad financial decision. That's what happens. So what I suggest everybody does is take it quarter by quarter. Every quarter review where you are, set your goals.
Yeah.
So you got your goal. This is where I want to be for the year. Every quarter, do a review. Don't try to tackle everything and be done out of debt completely in a year. Yeah. If you know you have all of this because you'll overwhelm yourself.
Yes.
You'll
be like, forget it. I'm not doing this. This is not.
I'm going shopping.
Exactly.
I'm better.
Shopping, I got this there. No, I'm just going to do that. And this is not for me. That's for other people. That's what's going to happen.
Give yourself space and grace.
Yes.
And still reward yourself. Small things, something, a small gift, so that you know that you're on the path, and just stay encouraged and be around people who are on the path the same. When I was on my journey, I had to get strong enough not to listen to people who made me feel like I was broke. So everybody's going on vacation. I want to go, or like something simple. Let's say a trip to Chicago or something. I want to go, but I got 2 little kids at home. I got this debt and I got a job. I didn't have money saved to go to Chicago. Yeah. So then people are trying to make you feel bad because you can't go. But I'm going to tell you something else. If you go broke, they're going to talk about you when you get. So just give yourself space and grace. Now it may not be the season for all the things. And, we're all online. We all are none of us are immune to scrolling and looking at everybody living their best life and thinking, oh, I wish that was me.
Yes.
So just know that your day is coming and focus on that.
That's right. And the other thing what social media does, it forces people to compare, like you said, the vacations, right? Compared to what they're doing and going, where they're going, etc. And I love how you put that about the looking at it at quarters. Compare yourself to your last quarter, to your last year, right? And if there's progression there, that's where you need to take the pride in you going through some steps and getting you to the next place. And sometimes you comparing yourself to somebody's year 12, and you're on your year 2 or your year 1 even, right? So make sure the comparison shouldn't even be there, even if it was year 1 to 1. So, and then the other thing I tell people too is, the person that you're seeing driving X car, living X home, they could be one payment from repossession or what is the home thing, foreclosure, or whatever it is. So just stay focused on you. And what we like to say is personal people that help people with personal finances is personal finance is just that. It's personal to you. So your journey and your path and your successes, you should be proud of them without comparing them to how large of a change one other person did versus you.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, Dorethia, people now, I know based on what you've shared, what you talked about in Money Chat, they're going to want to know where they can find you, what else you have going on.
Yes.
And grab Money Chat for themselves.
Yes. Listen, I want everybody to go to moneychatbook.com. I want you to share it. Let's let's change the circle. Let's change our circle. Let's level up our everyone around us. So moneychatbook.com, everyone who purchases gets access to the bonuses and all the other goodies that I give throughout the year. The other piece, my website, DoretheaKelly.com. Those are two of the best places. I am at Dorethia Kelly on all social media. So please connect, follow. I want to hear your money story. I'd love to have you as part of the community.
I love it. All the what you just heard will be down in the show notes. So if you're watching or if you're listening, you will find Dorothea's information there. You have the link to get Money Chat book. So I'm looking at red box. Is that red boxes I see behind you? Is that is that what the book comes in? Like, what are those?
Well, this is a special money box.
Okay.
So Patrina, as you well know, I also have a subscription box.
I do talk about it. Connect the two for the listeners.
Yes. So I have a career growth subscription box. And so for this month, not really this month, but for a collaboration, we're doing Money Chat plus Workspace Spark. And it is a financial box that you can buy anytime for anyone as a gift. So that's what this is. And so we're just doing some giveaways with it. That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
Giveaways and bonuses all year long. So that's what this is. Isn't it pretty?
Yes, it's so cute. Well, you just said something that I hope, you went by that quickly. I want to make sure people got that. So if you're listening, right, and so let's just say you have your money right, that may be your situation. That can be a gift that you give that person that's graduating high school, the person that's going to college, the person that's starting in their new job, whatever it is. We want to also help our young people get started off right. So this can be, if you're looking for that perfect gift, you don't want to spend it on that clothes, that gift card, that can be something that you can give that can be a lifelong gift for them and something that's very essential that they need in their lives because they are not getting it in school. So
exactly. For those college students, like you said, high school students, but also what about the person that's always asking you for money?
Oh, you better talk about it. That's the gift right there.
Don't enable them.
Yeah.
Or maybe you get this and slide a couple dollars in there, but educate your people. Education is power.
Yeah.
You help them by leveling up by gifting a box.
I love it. Now, can they get the box on moneychatbook.com as well?
There will be a link on how to get the box. Absolutely.
Okay. All right. So again, if you are interested, drop down in the show notes. Make sure you check out the links that have been mentioned here. If you're interested in the books by itself or the subscription box, there'll be information on how to get that. And make sure you check Dorothea out wherever you find her on social and share. That's what another thing that you can help with both of us is share what you hear here, share our information across wherever you are for more people that to her point, that have been coming to you for money that may need help with how to do things differently. Let them take a listen to this and make sure that you share. And if you enjoyed the episode, leave a comment below. So if you have to leave with one thing, mantra that you want them to walk away with as it pertains to our subject today, which is earning a great income, but not knowing where your money is going, what would you say to that person?
I would say that discipline creates financial freedom. That's what I would say. That's your mantra. Discipline creates financial freedom. It's not a burden. It's actually freedom.
I love it. It makes me want to just pause for a minute to let that marinate for folks. I love that. I'm going to have to use that quote when we begin to promote this, because that's an awesome mantra, and I'm going to leave it right there. Dorothea, thank you so much for being on the Money Exchange. I appreciate you. Thank you for what you're doing, and I can't wait to get my coffee. So make it a great day. Thank you for always keeping it locked here with Patrina Dixon on the Money Exchange, or It's My Money with Patrina Dixon. If you aren't already subscribed, make sure you drop down and hit that red subscribe button. If you're listening, make sure you follow on whichever platform that you get your audio content. Across social media, I'm It's My Money everywhere. So make sure you tune in so you will be notified when each episode is dropped. You make it a great day.